This is Rocky Mountain Voices.
This is Brad from Rocky Mountain Voices, and I'm excited because I've got a new person that I've heard a lot about, but just today I'm finally meeting. This is William Borghetti, the CEO of Sendside Networks. Welcome to the vidcast.
Thanks a lot, Brad. Good to be here, and thanks for coming in today.
You know, I've heard your name because you've been associated with a lot of other businesses here locally. You're one of these entrepreneurs who's been able to start a business in a garage and then sell it off, make a good profit to a big company, and now you're doing it all over again. What's Sendside?
Sendside is an exciting company that we say is going to be developing a new category of communication for when it matters. So anything that's personal, important, confidential, that is generally out of the email stream today, it's in the mail stream. We're providing a very cost-effective, very elegant, very simple, but very powerful and secure alternative for disseminating that type of information electronically.
Okay,
that's really the heart of what Sendside does.
And you've got a little bit of a background in taking what I would call old-fashioned systems and perfecting them or making them more dynamic and online. Your former business that you created, Campus Pipeline, that's what it was?
That's correct.
And you basically helped automate the registration process.
That's one of the things that we did, and it was a classic story of a couple guys in my garage and a great idea and a big need in the marketplace, and being able to pull together a good team and raise some capital and build some technology and get it in the marketplace. And that company was eventually sold in 2002, so it was a fun ride. But the heart of what they did was to be able to bring in sort of a secure way to access campus systems. So you think about where it was 10 years ago, you were standing in line to do all those things.
I did stand in line to do that.
Which was a major pain in the butt. So rather than having to go stand in this line for your financial aid and register for class over here and register for graduation over here and really maintain multiple systems and multiple logins, we provided a communication collaboration platform and an integration platform for colleges and universities, and it was a lot of fun.
And so now, I guess what you've learned through all of this is that there's business communication that's way out of whack, not able to communicate efficiently and effectively anymore. And someone had described to me that this is a lot like you're the FedEx that's delivering communication, and you have a trusted relationship with people. Is that appropriate?
It's a fair characterization. I think that the FedEx example is a good one because they really created a new category of communication. Where you had the U.S. Postal Service and all of a sudden you needed to get there overnight and you needed to track the package and you wanted perhaps a more professional delivery. The Postal Service wasn't really doing a good job of that, and so FedEx was able to move in, create a new category, and really own that. And I think that we see the same opportunity today with doing that with what we call information that matters. So it's a tremendous amount of healthcare information, financial information, insurance information that comes from local, state, federal government agencies. It's really a voluminous amount of information that continues to be disseminated today via these old traditional means because they lack a secure and effective way to get that out electronically. And so Sendside really is sort of defining a new category of communication that's electronic, as email is electronic, but for really a different use and for a different type of information than what email is generally suited for.
Now, why can't you do it with email? I mean, I guess that's the question that many people will sit here and ask themselves. We have email, we have websites, we have HTTP, we have encryption.
Sure. Well, I mean, email is ubiquitous, right? Everybody's got an email address, and if you're like you and me, we probably have 5 or 6 or 10 of them. So email's been around for a long time, and certainly those organizations would love nothing more than to email that stuff out. But you've got all these government regulations today with HIPAA and privacy concerns, and you've got GLBA on the banking side, and all the concerns with fraud and masquerading as other organizations and phishing scams that really prevent organizations from using that as a conduit to the customer. I think where secure email has really found a niche in the marketplace, where it has been successful, is dealing with employees, right? So if you're a salesperson and you're roaming the country, the company can really dictate what laptop you use and what software you use and how you connect to the company's IT infrastructure and resources. And if they're going to use secure email, well, here's your login and here's the software you've got to
here's your private key and our public key.
So they can affect that by policy. But where it really breaks down is when you have to connect like in the healthcare realm, you've got to connect the insurance, you've got to connect the patient, you've got to connect the provider, you've got a lab, and you have all these different people that are coming together to provide care and to help a particular individual that aren't necessarily controlled by one organization or the other. So they're all disparate systems. They don't speak the same technology, language, and so those are huge opportunities to sort of connect those. And I think that's where secure email has been hard. But I think the biggest opportunity has been in what we call the customer communication channel. So if you're a customer, why would you want to go spend time to go download software, configure it, and deal with the hassles of that? You really want something that's going to be easy to use and simple and straightforward to set up and is going to work everywhere.
Right.
So,
regardless of Mac, Windows,
Linux, or whatever,
iPhones,
whatever platform you happen to be on. Right? So I think that's really one of the big challenges that secure email hasn't been able to really cross.
One of the points you have on the wall here is environmentally friendly. Everyone's green, and you've even got green on the wall here. How do you guys help in that area?
Well, when you think about the fact that most companies continue to disseminate this information via paper, right? It's going out in an envelope. They've got to get the paper from, for the envelope and for the stuff that goes inside it. They've got postage. So there's a huge amount of paper that's required just to disseminate that type of information. And then what do you do with it? You either throw it away or you shred it and then you throw it away. And in either case, it ends up in the landfill. So when we talk about environmentally friendly, it's not as though that's how we're marketing the service. I think that's just one of the benefits that you get by transitioning from a paper process into something that tends to be a little bit more inefficient into something that's electronic and is more sensitive to the environment.